Hi everyone, today we are going to see about satellites telemetry tracking and command section. Satellite communication system can be broadly divided into two segments. The first one is ground segment and a space segment. The space segment include the satellites but also include the ground facilities needed to keep the satellites operational, referred to as the tracking, telemetry and command (TT and C). Telemetry tracking and command functions are complex operations which require special ground facilities in addition to the TTC subsystems aboard the satellite. The major three tasks of TTC are monitoring the health and status of the satellite through the collection, processing and transmission of data from the various spacecraft subsystems, determination of the satellite's exact location through the reception, processing and transmit of ranging signals, proper control of satellite through the reception, processing and implementation of commands transmitted from the ground station. This is the block diagram of the satellite's telemetry tracking and command subsystem. First one is telemetry. The telemetry or telemetric is measurement at a distance. Telemetry signals include altitude information obtained from the sun and earth sensors, environmental information such as the magnetic field intensity and direction and the frequency of meteorite impact, spacecraft information such as temperatures, power supply, voltages and stored fuel pressures. Certain frequencies have been designated by international agreement for satellite telemetry transmissions. The telemetry subsystem transmits information about the satellite to the earth station. The data collection process is done by the various measurements and status of health is received from power functions, telemetry, telecommand, attitude control, propulsion, structure, antenna tracking, payload and miscellaneous functions. The measurements are from acceleration of the satellite, velocity, displacement, angular rate, angular position, pressure, temperature, density, resistance, voltage, current, intensity, electric field and magnetic field from the satellites are measured by the telemetry process. Next one is tracking. Tracking of the satellite is accomplished by the satellite beacon signals which are received at the TT and C earth stations. Tracking is important during the transfer and drift orbital phases of the satellite launch. Once it is on station, the position of a satellite will tend to be shifted as a result of various disturbing forces. Therefore, it is necessary to track the satellite's movement and send correction signals as required. Tracking beacons are transmitted in the telemetry channel or by pilot carriers at frequencies in one of the main communication channels or by special tracking antennas. Satellite range from the ground station is required from time to time. This can be determined by measurement of the propagation delays of signals. The Doppler effect for tracking satellite is shown in figure. Next substation is command. The command subsystem receives command signals from the earth station, often in response to telemetric information. The command subsystem demodulates and decodes the command signals and routes these to the appropriate equipment needed to execute the necessary actions. Attitude changes, communication transponder switch in and out of circuits, antenna redirection and station keeping maneuvers carried out based on command signals. To prevent unauthorized commands from being received and decoded, the command signals are often encrypted. The encryption process is done by the receiver demodulator, command decoder, command logic and interface circuitry as shown in this diagram. Decoder reproduces command messages and produce lock, enable and signal clocks. Command logic validates the command. Default is to reject if any uncertainty of validity, drives appropriate interface circuitry. The GSC operator selects commands mnemonic. Software creates command message in appropriate format and encodes it. The encoding process is done by any of the following method. First one is pulse command modulation, pulse code modulation, and second one is phase shift keying, and last one is frequency shift keying. These are the process done during the process of telemetry tracking and command subsystems. Thank you. Next class we are going to see about the next section.